Max, do you have any plans on another film or book?
Well, yeah, I am going to be making another film soon, and I won't let you know what that's about yet, but I'll just be plodding along with that. And I have started work on the second part of my book. I did have most of it completed, but I believe I mentioned to you that I lost it in a hard drive failure, so I've started that again. I've been getting a lot of emails actually to where's part 2? When are you going to do it? Please do part 2. So okay, I've started to do part 2 again. But it's finding the time, really. I'm very, very busy these days, but I'll get it done. Yeah. And I will get another film out very soon. But as you said, I've redone the big picture. I got rid of the AI narration, and I narrate it myself now. I've corrected a couple of little errors that I had in there, and I've added an extra 10 minutes to it. So hopefully people will enjoy that.
Yes, I think so, too. I just viewed it again, and it was marvelous. And, of course, I've shared it with so many people and have gotten tremendous response on it. And I think I actually used it to wake up 2 people that were on the fence. I have been talking to them for quite some time, and I think sometimes it works better said from somebody they don't know, and that's a fantastic thing you're doing, Max, and I'm so thankful to have crossed paths with you. You've really inspired me, and I just value you so much. I think that we've got an instant message here, Max, where he says, ask Max if he thinks the Buddhist mantras are an example of the language of spiritual expression that was removed from the Bible.
Very much so, very much so. And a lot of the things they do with their little bells and their incense, and they dance around and all this stuff. And this is what they do to give themselves the feeling for their prayer. The prayer is within. The prayer isn't even uttered aloud. The prayer is an emotional feeling. The words that they speak and the mantras that they chant and the incense and the bells and everything they do is to put them into this emotional state, to produce the prayer, because the prayer is a feeling. Whereas our religions have taught us that if you sit there and you say these words, that's the prayer. It's not. The prayer is within. That's why they do this. That's what the mantras are for. You sit there and say, well, I've just listened to your prayer. What does it mean? And they say, you didn't hear my prayer. The prayer is within. All you heard was what I used to put myself into the feeling for the prayer. That's the language that we've lost. We've forgotten that our emotions are the language. Our feelings are the language. That's how you talk to God. That's how you control your reality, with your emotions, your feelings, and your intent behind them. Your intent's very important.
Yes, it is. I have another question here for you on my messenger. He's asking about the artwork, wondering if that is your artwork. And let me also, before you answer that, Max, bring in, you're a musician also.
Yeah, well, that's what I've done most of my life. I've worked as a traveling musician, which has been very beneficial, really. Apart from the joy of actually being able to make a living from your art, which is really a satisfying thing to do, it's been able to... I've travelled a lot. I've got to meet all sorts of people that a lot of people wouldn't get to meet, because music opens the doors for a lot of places where normal people can't get to. I've dined in the houses of government members. I've talked to people sitting on the corners of streets in the gutter. So I've had a wide cross-section of society. A lot of people like music, and they're quite happy to talk to the musician. And it's been good like that. I've got to travel a lot. I've been paid to do it. It has never cost me anything. And I've got to meet a lot of people from a lot of cross-sections of life. I've also been able to live pretty much on the outside of society and look in and watch it from it. It's like watching a TV show, watching this society. And it's given me a sort of a unique perspective, really. And I'm very, very thankful that I feel very blessed to have been able to do that. And it's been a big part of my life. And, yeah, the artwork, I do all the artwork. Some of the signatures and stuff that I've done there, you'll see a lot of signatures and animated signatures. A lot of that comes from just pictures that I found off the internet that I've spliced together and made signatures for kids. In game clans and things, these kids ask me for signatures, so I make them up, and they got all sorts of stuff all over them. Whatever these kids are into, they just tell me what they want, and I whip it up. But all the other stuff is all the miscellaneous and all the pen and paper and the badges and banners and all that stuff. That's all just stuff that I've done myself.
It's all wonderful stuff. I bet you're pretty popular with those game players, because you were telling me the other day that you don't charge anything for that or anything on your website. And how many hits are you getting now on your website?
Averaging about 11,600 a day last time I looked at the stats. So it's getting pretty good. I had something like 400,000 last month. I had to actually move my website 2 days ago because I freaked out an enterprise-based server. They couldn't believe the traffic I was doing. I did over 400 gig of transfers last month, and they just couldn't handle it. They just started freaking out at me for all this bandwidth, so I had to move it.
Yeah, well, that just shows you the power of truth and the desire for it. And it's just, I find great humor in it. So many people are out there trying to struggling to get attention, and there you are with all this traffic on your website. It really, I think you're being blessed tremendously by what you're doing. It's just something wonderful. We've got 2 minutes. Max, have you got any final thoughts that you would like to share?
Well, mate, just really what I said before, about loving your brothers, loving your sisters, seek pleasure in love. Everybody seek pleasure in love. Don't get angry at people. Don't live in fear of this New World Order. They want you to fear them. Just understand that things are only getting so bad in the world because of the amount of love that's been generated and the amount of people that are waking up. And they have to do all this stuff simply to stop you from waking up. Just don't buy into it. Don't buy into the fear. Love the people around you. Love your enemies. Don't hate Bush. He's just a puppet. They're all just puppets. They're all puppets of the bankers, and even the bankers themselves, they're just puppets. They're puppets of a higher power that is just not good, and it's trying to do the wrong thing. Don't buy into it. Stop complying with the system. Stop complying with the fear-based reality, and really understand that we're winning, understand that love is so much stronger, and you can draw this reality into yourself, and you can project it out to others by imbuing your thoughts with emotion and projecting these as coherent, heart-based feelings. You can do this. You can generate this energy. You can project it out to others, and you can literally change the world. And just that's it. Never, ever doubt your power. Never doubt your connection to everybody else, to the Creator, and to everything. And the truth will truly, truly set you free.
And that truth is love. Max Igan, once again, thank you so much for being on the show. It's the afternoon with you, right?
It's afternoon, John. It's 2:59 p.m. on a beautiful sunny day.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much, Max, for being on. Everyone, that is thecrowhouse.com. Check it out. Good night.